one thing I picked up and I attribute it to my laziness was that I realized that my master was the very embodiment of Vedas. He was the very embodiment of all wisdom that existed in this universe. Because, I realized that he could actually put things across to you in such simple words. What actually attracted me to my master was his simplicity. Despite being an avatar, he walked around with all of us as an ordinary person. Okay? And he spoke to each one of us at the level that we could understand. And yet, he didn't, he didn't quote shlokas. He used to tell us things that we could understand. Relate to the people at the level at which they are. And he made knowledge so easily and simply available to us that anybody could understand. That was the beauty of my master, right? And he had many, 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 many messages to give. But I realized that I am not so smart and I'm not so hardworking that I can figure out everything. I actually did a shortcut, and I've shared this with all of you. And I want you also to be smart in your sadhana, because it's like the example of Ganesha and Kartikeya. Okay? So all that, everybody that example of when, both the children, Ganesha and Kartikeya, they were sitting with Shiva and Parvati, and they were talking about that, that we love you the most, right? Both the sons were saying that we love our parents the most. So, and they wanted to prove that which one was better than the other. So, Shiva being Shiva, he said, let's do a test. Whoever will go around the world fastest and comes back and reports, that person, will be the most loved one. And they said, oh, that's perfect. So before even Shiva said it, Kartikeya was out in a flash, running around the world. And he said, there is, the fat Ganesha had no chance. But Ganesha was a wise one, clever one. He knew he couldn't compete on that level with Kartikeya. So what did he do? He just went around where his parents were sitting around them, and he said, I've done it because my entire world is my parents. And I have gone around my parents, and therefore I've done it. So I think I did something like this with my master when I entered through the gates of lovers. And because I said there are so many messages my master is giving, but what is his central message? What is it he trained? And he would start addressing us with that message every day. Everyone, not just me, everybody, he would say, Prema Swarupa Lara, embodiments of divine love. Which meant that all of us were divine love. And the only thing he used to say, I know that I am the embodiment of divine love, but you do not know that you are embodiment of divine love. Therefore, you have to experience that divine love, right? Then you will know, I am also divine love. How will it happen? If you do nothing about it, you have to practice it. You have to be that. The God is already saying you are divine love, but you are not practicing it. You are not showing it. It is not coming in your thoughts, word, and action. You are saying, me, all the time. My needs, my this, my that. You are just caught up in your own world, in your own obsession, in your own reality. They say if you are having problem in your body, the easiest thing to do is focus on somebody else. Do something for somebody else, and you will lose your attention from your body. Live for others. Learn to live for others. Sacrifice for others. Do things for others. All the day you should think, what have I done for others? What I have done for myself, I continue to do. We will do, because we have a survival instinct, right? We all have a survival instinct. We will look after the basic few things that need to be done. But what am I doing for others? How am I living as an example of being called the embodiment of divine love, the embodiment of that pure love? What is divine? Divine is pure. Love is love. All of us have love. We love our children, we love our family, we love our husbands, we love our brothers, sisters. But that's not love. That is the worldly love, bodily love. There is something called as a pure love, which is beyond all this, which is beyond these attachments. And that is living for each other. That is sacrificing for each other. That's why Baba used to say, he says the path to self-realization is based on the foundation of self-confidence. That self-confidence will give you self-satisfaction. The walls are self-satisfaction, but the roof will come when you learn to do self-sacrifice. Because confidence is in your abilities. You're doing for yourself. Satisfaction is again coming from that confidence when you start doing. But then once you get into this doership and you got this confidence and you're satisfied with what you have, now do for others. And when you do for others is when that inside of you starts to open up. That's why Baba talks about service a lot. But he says love all, serve all, right? So that enough times we've spoken and we will talk about it. I want you to start experiencing this knowledge as a part of this inner journey. Okay? Because the words are the same. The only thing is that we have not fully brought it into our practice. And as we keep saying in Atma Chalisa and in the 21 day sadhana, it is all about your manana. Are you taking it in? And to the level you are taking it in, everybody is taking it in. I am saying something, all of you are listening. How much are you going to take it in and what you are going to put it into practice? Right? That practice will give you the self-confidence. It will then give you the self-satisfaction. And that you will not have to do self-sacrifice. It will become natural to you. You will say, okay, what is it that others are wanting? What is it that the others are looking for? Can I, instead of thinking for what I need, I start looking for others? I am a greatest beneficiary I'm saying. I don't know if I'm doing anything, but I am receiving so much love from you. Everybody comes and gives me so much of love, right? I give love as my nature, but I receive so much love from each one of you that I feel that what a most fulfilling life this is. Even before I can think for myself, I don't even have to think because all of you are already thinking about me, right? I keep doing what I'm doing, the world is looking after me. Baba used to say this. I've heard Madhusudan talk about it. I'm experiencing that, beautiful thing. Right? Even Monish Bhai said the other day that whatever he was thinking of was actually coming. And if he wanted chocolate, then chocolates were coming. If he thought of cheese, then cheese was coming. Whatever you think of. The universe is so beautiful. It is, remember, reaction, reflection, resound. Everything is coming to us. So instead of trying to go and fix problems outside, don't fight with people. I keep telling you, even the person who you are not getting along with, don't fight, don't get angry. What is the use of laughter club? You laugh and you just, it's like a period. You start laughing. You start laughing when problems come. Laugh when people say bad things to you. Why do you get angry? Why are you eating blood pressure medicines? What is the use, of having everything compartmentalized? Early morning I've laughed. The whole day I'm angry. What is this laughter? If you can, and so therefore in 21 days sadhana, the first thing I tell you, start laughing at yourself. When you make a mistake, when you do something which is foolish, and we all do foolish things, laugh at yourself. I slipped again, yesterday or day before's message was this. I was foolish again. I did this. Laugh. You don't have to laugh like this. You have to laugh at yourself. I didn't see it again, It's okay. What's wrong? It's a game. You have to break down into little portions what I'm telling you. And you have to start practicing it. So what? A lot of people, in our group, label me as I suffer from OCD. You know what OCD is, no? Huh? Obsessive compulsive disorder. So people who are very, finicky about things happening at a certain place, certain time, how it has to be done. So now at the level where I push people to do sadhana, they think I am suffering from OCD, right? But nobody has ever asked me, before you judge me, before you label me, no one has ever tried to ask me, why do you do all this? Why are you difficult all the time with us? Huh? Why do you make life difficult for us? Why are you pushing for things, always? Nobody has ever asked me, but I am judged. Wonderful. But I still want to tell you. And to the ones who did this sadhana for 21 days, I made them see it. That Sathya Sai Baba in the subtle form created a university, which is where I met Sir for the first time. It's called Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. And you know what is the motto of that university? The motto is Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. And it comes from Bhagavad Gita. It says, perfection in action is yoga. Ultimately, the whole idea of having wisdom, of realization is that every act that you do is perfect. Because in your thought there is perfection, in your words there should be perfection, and in your action. And you don't have to do it for others. You don't have to show off. It should happen naturally by itself because that is who you are. It's the essence of your being. Love is the essence of consciousness. Love is the essence of each one of us. And when pure love is manifested, it manifests as perfection. Because this whole universe has been created by the Creator out of pure love. And in that pure love, He created this perfect universe, which we, because of our faulty vision and our five senses, we view it imperfectly. The dosh or the fault is not in the Creator's creation. It's in the eyes of the perceiver, in these five senses of the perceiver. The perceiver perceives it imperfectly. The perceiver judges it. And so therefore there's, a saying that we had. As you perceive, so you receive. It's our perception which is causing a challenge. If you judge a flowing water, it does not impact the water because the water is going to flow in any case. You cannot change its nature, you cannot impact it, it will just keep flowing. But when you judge, you put yourself in a prison. So, this is how the consciousness principle operates. Whatever we are doing, it is impacting us within, and it is creating the reality that we are going to face. So that's why we are constantly, through our thoughts and through our words and actions, we are constantly creating our own world, which is what we call as that this world is an illusion, Jagat Mithya. This is the Mithya. This is when you say it's real. What is it, Mithya? Yes, it is Mithya because it is not permanent, because you keep creating it. You want to experience the Brahman, which is the Satya, then this is where you start controlling it. And as you start changing from within, as you start controlling this from within, the real universe which is already there, which because of this veil of illusion that we are wearing in front of our eyes, we are not able to experience. And then as we start changing within, this veil starts getting removed. This cataract that we have in our eyes, that cataract operation will not take away, bring you that vision. What cataract is, what is our viewpoint that we are holding? And so it starts with your own thoughts, words and deeds. It starts with creating that small, little shifts in ourselves. Consciousness did not create any problem with any human being. Our bodies are actually perfect to go without any disease. But actually, it's somewhere there are blocks, somewhere there are perception issues, which come, ultimately everything will get manifested in our body. But we don't go deeper to actually find it. We push a pill in and we forget about it. We deal with it and we move on. So, if we care to look at and examine things closely in our lives, how there is a cycle, how there is a predictability, how there is a pattern, it is because of what we are holding. That's why our masters, that's why our forefathers said that it is all based on what you are holding within you. So please do not judge others. Please do not call anybody, any names, because you do not know that actually the only one person who, if there is at fault, is you yourself. So work within, no. Just work within. Let the world be as it is. That's why the Upanishad says, don't start to sermonize the world, don't start to change people, don't start to tell them where they are wrong. The only thing, if you want to serve the world, we have, some of us have this tendency of wanting to go and help everybody else. Please first learn to help yourself. First you help yourself, then go and help. You will not be need to, go, because you don't have to say things, you don't have to demonstrate things to people. People, by seeing you, observing you, they will start changing themselves. Okay? So, the Upanishad says that the highest service that we should be able to do is Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitaya Cha. That experience that you are the Atman and find moksha, overcome the moksha shaya, let go of your attachments, liberate yourself so that you can experience this Atma. And once you experience that you are this Atman, then this is the highest service you can do for all of humanity. Realize yourself, one less troublemaker in this world. And that one person who's realized can help hundreds of others to also experience the truth. That's why they say it. So stop running around and trying to, deal with the problems of the world. Be a firefighter for others when your own house is burning. Fix it first, then go and help the whole world. Then you will know that you are duty bound to actually go and help this world. But first fix this basic thing that you are not able to experience. And once you do, you're free from everything else. And I assure you, if you surrender to consciousness, then consciousness has a return promise for everybody. It says, if you surrender to me, I will look after all your needs. I will look after everything that you need. Because actually, the day you were born, the day I was born, the consciousness had already given this undertaking that I shall look after you. But then grew the mind, and the mind created ego, and that's when the story started to change.